Hey guys, welcome to another battle testing video, and in this one we will be talking about Spring Kagero because I was able to nab one off the Spring banner, and my Spring Kagero is actually a plus speed minus HP nature, which is pretty darn good. And for the gameplay, you'll be seeing it's a mix of Lunatic Tempest Trials levels, so you can see how she does against some enemies with inflated stats, as well as some arena gameplay toward the end. I'm sure you guys will be able to tell the difference between which one is which. And first off, I just want to say that Spring Kagero has a pretty amazing base offensive stat line of 35 attack, 34 speed. That's really strong, competes with other powerful dagger units, even competes with some of the best stat lines from archers. And you know, really, it's no joke. And she also comes with 36 HP and 18 defense, which isn't that great physically, but you know, for a squishy dagger unit, it's kind of just kind of expected. She does, however, come with 27 resistance, which is really good for tanking magic damage, and part of that is helped out by her base kit, which does come with speed and res bond 3. So speed and res bond 3 will grant an extra +5 speed and +5 resistance when standing next to an ally, which makes her in an ideal situation to bait in mages. She also comes with the lethal carrot dagger, which is, you know, it grants extra +10 damage when specials proc, and that's really good because Kagero also comes with Glimmer, which is a 2-turn cooldown special, meaning she'll proc it pretty often, and it'll do a ton of damage to mages. And it's a pretty good choice if you're going to go against, or if you want to make an anti-mage build, in my opinion. She also comes with Live for Honor, the B skill, which doesn't do anything for combat, but you know, if getting badges are a problem from the training tower for you, let's say you want to keep upgrading more sacred seals, but you know, you just don't have enough badges, then this is you know, it's a nice quality of life skill to have. It's just something I would use in an emergency, basically, if I start to run low. She also comes with gold flyers, which is nothing really special, like since Paula is a 3-star unit and she can get it pretty much, so nothing really special there. So regarding performance, I do want to say that with just using Kagero's base kit, you know, using speed and res bond 3, I do find that she sometimes has a problem with a lack of damage, especially if she doesn't use her special in that round of combat. It's a little bit of an issue in my opinion, like she'll double a lot pretty often, with plus speed especially, but you know, sometimes, like there were many times where if I don't go with an offensive A skill like Fury or Life and Death, it's just, it gets really close. Like, it's, I don't know, I felt like I ran into it a little too often, where it's just, even if Kagero is getting 2 attacks off in battle, she would not KO the enemy, even with special sometimes. Although, you know, this is, some of the gameplay is Tempest Trials, it's Lunatic, so obviously that's, you know, that's a little unfair. Even in arena though, there's definitely a lot of high defense units currently running around, so it does become an issue, especially since Kagero is a colorless dagger unit, and dagger units obviously, you know, they can't get the triangle advantage over any other color, so damage sometimes is an issue. It's not really that bad if you can proc specials, which is why I would recommend switching out her A skill for something more offensive, especially if you want to use her as an attacker. Speed and res bond 3 is really good if you want to go for a mage-centric build. However, if you want her to be sort of a powerhouse ranged physical damage user, I definitely recommend trying a more offensive A skill. So talking about arena a little more, currently, at least in the tier or the arena matches that I was trying to play in, it's just, there are just too many distant counter users around for Kagero to succeed truly. She's quite squishy physically, only 36 HP, 18 defense base stats, and if you go with a minus HP or minus defense nature, which most people would probably go towards, so you don't tank her attack speed or res, then she is very much in danger of getting one-shot by a lot of those distant counter like sword units, or pretty much anyone who gets distant counter on them. It's a little dangerous, and that is probably like my main issue with using her in the arena. Also, Brave Lyn, still an issue really. An archer who can move 3 spaces, not exactly what you want when you have a flyer unit, and that is really a main issue with Kagero. Even though she is a ranged physical damage flyer, still weak to archers, so really you don't want her to fight archers at all really. That is definitely something you want to avoid. Also, cutting through high defense units, again, definitely an issue. Like, I would say that if you don't build her a little offensively and give her some buffs, she will definitely struggle against some of these units. I definitely had more success trying to build more toward damage and picking off units. I also had a lot more success using Fury and Desperation, which is just too good in arena for these ranged units, because that means she can usually take out a full HP target even if they have distant counter. So with Desperation, I can just bypass that counterattack completely and not have to worry about it. And with the lethal carrot special proc, she'll usually get the kill. So overall, I would have to say that Spring Kagero definitely has really good high offensive capabilities, does slightly rely on special against tougher foes, especially in PvP. I will definitely say she is worth getting, mainly only because she is our only physical damage ranged flyer for the moment, and this will probably be for like a while, because I don't believe there's any ranged like physical damage flyers in Fire Emblem history, except for the really recent flying archers in Fates. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Most of the games I've played, I don't think there have been really any ranged flyers who have a bow or throwing daggers or something like that. So definitely, if you want someone like a really unique unit, then definitely you're gonna want Kagero. She's definitely fun to use in PvE, where distant counter is not really much of an issue that often. She can definitely fight mages really well. Obviously, avoid archers at all costs because she's a flyer. She's definitely not a meta-changing, like game-changing unit. She's not a Brave Lyn or a Reinhardt, but she's still pretty good for offensive ranged units. She has really solid base starting stats, so obviously I wouldn't ignore that, especially for the future if we get more different types of dagger or inheritable dagger weapons. Definitely a unit you'll want to have. If you're still on the fence on if you want Spring Kagero, I would suggest waiting until the next banner comes out to see if there's other units you want. She is really good stat-wise. At the moment, she's not going to be game-changing for PvP arena type stuff, however, so maybe that's a factor in your decision. She's really fun to use. Obviously, she can get flyer buffs, which is another plus I didn't really mention. So, you know, if you do want a flyer who has ranged physical damage, Kagero might be your only choice for a while. So if that is one thing you really want, like say you really like Fire Emblem teams, probably definitely a pickup for you. She's pretty good, really solid. If you can get the right, or a pretty good nature, at least even neutral attack and speed, that is really good as well. I would again just suggest swapping out her A skill for something a little more offensive, unless you do decide to go a more anti-mage route, which can definitely work. Give her 4 to 5 flyers, even distant defense seal. She'll do just fine with her speed and res bond 3. Those are my thoughts about Spring Kagero, and hopefully you guys enjoyed my perspective about her as a unit. If any of you have gotten her yourself, you know, please leave a comment, share your thoughts about her as a unit, you know, any successful builds you've had, or any failures, your weaknesses you feel like she has as a unit. It's always fun to read different perspectives from everyone. That's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.